For the remainder of this tutorial, I will assume that you're running OS X 10.5, also known as Leopard, and have both a Leopard and Windows installation disk. If you're going to be installing Windows XP, you need at least 1 GB of memory, while if you're going to be installing Windows Vista, it is a good idea to have at least 2 GB. Run the Bootcamp Assistant located in the Utilities folder under Applications, and follow the on-screen instructions to create a partition for your Windows installation. You should come to a screen like the one shown. You can drag the slider around to create a partition of your choosing, but it may be no less than 5 GB. When you've decided, click on Partition and you should get to a screen that prompts you to insert your Windows installation disk in order to continue. When you do that, your computer will restart and you should be greeted with a Windows installation window. Follow the on-screen instructions and you should get to a window that prompts you to choose a partition to install Windows in. Choose the one that is of the size you just allocated. It should have the word Bootcamp in its title. Next, you will be asked to format your Windows partition. Use F8T if you have a partition equal to or smaller than 32 GB, and if you want to be able to read or write to the Windows volume within OS X. Or use NTFS if you want better reliability and security while sacrificing the ability to read or write to Windows in OS X. Now follow the on-screen instructions to finish installing and setting up Windows. It will be fairly straightforward. Once you have finished installing Windows and have booted into its environment for the first time, you'll notice that many things don't work. The screen resolution looks off, the volume buttons don't work. This is absolutely normal. You'll need to install the drivers for these components using your Leopard installation disk. The installation of these should be straightforward. Simply insert the disk and you should be prompted to install the files. Once you're done, be sure to install McAfee Virus Scan that you've downloaded onto your flash drive from earlier. Note that you should remain offline during this time so that your computer does not get infected with a virus. To switch between OS X and Windows, simply hold down the Option key on your keyboard when you see the blank screen during startup, and you should be prompted with the options. You can also set the default operating system to boot into by going into System Preferences in Leopard and selecting the appropriate operating system on the startup disk. Happy boot camping!
Hello, this is Dan. I'm going to talk to you today about the Android mobile operating system. Some of you may have heard of this as Google's operating system. It's designed for mobile platforms like cell phones and PDAs. Its main feature is that it's almost entirely open source. This means that it comes free of charge and anyone can view the source code. This also means that anyone qualified can edit the source code. Google has been supporting open source software for a while now. In the case of Android, though, it's not just Google. There are actually over 30 companies forming the Open Handset Alliance, which have teamed up to build the first version of the Android mobile platform. The first phone to actually run this operating system is the T-Mobile G1, affectionately known as the Google phone. T-Mobile will charge you $25 extra per month to use the data plan that goes with this phone. The data plan includes unlimited access to their 3G high-speed data services, which are unfortunately only available in major cities at this time. However, it also includes unlimited access to the slightly slower second-generation Edge data service. This will get you speeds about twice as fast as a 56K modem, but it's more than enough for checking your email, syncing your contacts and calendars, and browsing mobile websites. Some of the really cool features this phone includes are VGA touchscreen, 3-megapixel auto-focusing camera, which allows you to take pictures from closer or farther away than the standard fixed focal length cameras on most cell phones. Micro SD storage slot that allows you to have up to 16 gigabytes of external storage. And of course, being the Google phone, it makes it really easy to check your Gmail account, chat with friends on GChat, and view your Google Calendar. One of the other really neat things is that it has a built-in GPS. This, combined with the power of Google Maps, allows you to get location-based information, including maps, basically anywhere. The Android platform also allows for independent applications to be developed and run using their software development kit. And then you can download these applications straight to the phone over the air. One of the coolest applications that I've found is called Shop Savvy. It uses the camera to scan barcodes on items and then search the internet to see if you can find a better deal either online or using the location awareness to see if there's a deal that you can drive and go pick one up for a better price. The G1 runs about $175 with a 2-year contract extension, but look for Android to show up on other mobile devices, ranging the gamut from MP3 players all the way up to ultra-portable PCs. That's all I have. Thanks for listening.